Okay. Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Constantino Seghetti and I'm going to be delivering the first out of the 4 speeches that the students of Quilmes High School are going to be delivering. I have to say that we are glad to be participating in this activity for the 4th year in a row. It's awesome that we get to hear ideas from students all around the world, and we are celebrating the ideas of students and freedom of speech, and we hope that this activity year after year gets even more popular so that we get to hear more students' ideas. Okay, now I'm going to be starting with my speech. What I'm here to tell you today is something that's a fact, that is that globalization has already happened, and of course it has brought different communities from all around the world together, and we know it has shortened distances, and thanks to the huge advances in technology and social media, which brings together day after day, it makes easier the communication between people which may be in huge distances. So, though I am glad that globalization happened, we have to get that globalization does not imply that we need supranational legislation or even lobby to achieve changes in society. In fact, lobbying has led to nothing but the expansion of hate in our societies by the spread of collectivism and the oppression of individual ideas. In many cases, if you do not support popular ideas, which most of the people does, you may receive violent responses that might even lead to physical violence. We have seen this all around the world, and it's something that we have to be aware of. It's a possibility, it's something that happens, and we have to stop with this practice, which is just, it's nonsense. Though I am indeed saying that lobbying does not work, I do realize that there are lots of things in our society that urgently need to be changed, and this is a fact. But I have developed a theory of my own, which is that which expresses that those changes should be achieved by and can be achieved much more effectively and peacefully if they are carried out by personal actions and not by lobbying or collective work. No matter what your beliefs are, I am almost sure that none group can represent you as much as yourself. There's no one that knows your mind as you do. So, despite this an enormous complications towards achieving these your goals or your objectives in life, I know that 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 achieving those goals is possible. I spent 16 years of my life complaining and whining about decisions that my government took and doing nothing. However, this year I stopped protesting to the screen of my TV and I decided to get up, to stand up, and to start doing work myself. No matter what your ideologies are, I strongly recommend you to do the same. To stand up, to start working. If you want to achieve a change in your society, of course. The easiest way I found to begin diffusing my ideas was by using social media, which is it's something that we have to know how to use, and it might have some things that may not be good and some things that may be good, but for something that it's awesome is to spread ideas. You have no, thankfully, most of the countries have no restrictions when it comes to spreading your ideas on social media. So what I started doing in my country was I started posting articles and getting in touch with people that have my same convictions And I have to tell that there's nothing more fulfilling than feeling that you can you can with your work achieve a change in the society. In conclusion, there is no point in waiting for someone to achieve the changes that you expect your society to go through. I mean, and even if there was someone that is carrying those changes out, it's highly selfish to do not help or to lay on your back without doing anything. Um, I think I want to stick this idea in your head that if you want to achieve change in your society without the need of going to the highway of hate and oppression to individual ideas, you, you should stop supporting lobbying. I can tell you that personal endeavor is the key to meet your goals. Great changes in the world require great effort. So if you're serious about changing the world, you should stop lobbying or complaining about stuff and start taking action of your own. I know it is tough. We all know it is. But I also know that it is the only path to a better world. So the only thing that I have to do today is to thank you for listening, and thank you for listening all of our students. And I have one advice for society, which is to never be afraid of spreading your ideas. You should never feel oppressed by any group. And the last advice I'm going to give is that to achieve changes, you are the one who must take action. Thank you very much.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy who discovered that he wanted to dance and that he loved it with all his heart. But he had contradictory feelings. He finally decided not to do it because of the other opinions. And this is not a detail, because he was going to deprive himself something that he loved just because he was scared of the discrimination he could get by doing this. But this is not what is happening nowadays. The discrimination has decreased a lot at this time. Good afternoon. My name is Rafaela Seghetti. I am going to organize my speech by saying the aspects I'll talk about and its order. They are the difference between the society today and years before, how we have changed and understood that by doing this we are not getting anything, the reasons why we have changed, which freedom to decide we have nowadays, and finally, how has the society where I live changed? The definition of world citizen is: it's for individual work, local action, and at least that the ultimate recognition of our common humanity is based on personal endeavor. It's beyond geography. World citizen is a state of mind. We are changing society. There used to be a lot of discrimination towards some kind of people as a result of the place they were born, the skin color, the social class, their disabilities, and the decisions they made in their lives, such as the sexual orientation or the likes or dislikes of some activities. Nowadays, we don't care about these aspects of people when we establish relationships with others. We are over the time when society cared about your ethnic group or your sexual orientation. We now understood that we are all the same, and at the same time, we are all different. I believe that the reason why we are changing is the way in which we are taught at school and by our families, like when they told us to accept, to respect, and to listen to the others. This, along with our individual work, is what allowed us to change our society. Thankfully, now people are not afraid of who they really are. For example, when you walk around the streets, you can see boys having relationships with other ones, and they are not scared of showing themselves in the streets, and for us, it's normal. I know that this doesn't happen everywhere. I'm just talking about how our individual activities manage to modify my society. And I know, and I really believe that it could transform a whole world. We have to put ourselves in the other people's shoes, because by understanding them, we will see how much damage we are causing to their souls. What would happen if this were happening to you? We have to know that if we don't separate between each other, no one will do it. And this individual and small contribution we can do can change a whole world. So have this in mind. Every change starts with us.
Every year, 3.4 million tons of e-waste is thrown away. Good afternoon, my name is Constanza Reginaldo, and today I'm going to talk about e-waste. First of all, I'm going to organize my speech. First, I'm going to say what is happening at the moment, plus the definitions. Second, how do we change that? Third, the results of that. Fourth, why did this make you a global citizen? What is happening at the moment? First of all, I'm going to say my definitions. E-waste is all type of electronic waste. Global citizen is about individual attitude, local actions, and at last, that the ultimate recognition of our humanity is based on an individual, on person in the world. And as I said before, 3.4 million tons of e-waste is thrown away every year. Almost 100% of that waste is recyclable, but no one takes action about it. If we think about the future, more than 300,000 tons of e-waste is going to be thrown in 10 years. But what I haven't said is that this number increased 5% each year. How can we change that? Before throwing away your old computer, cell phone, air conditioning, all type of electronics, see if you have a donation center near you, or even a school that you can give this electronics to. If the e-waste is broken or damaged, you can still recycle it. The person you give it to will appreciate your donation, and many children will learn how to use technology for the first time. Also, by recycling, you will save a lot of metals that are unlimited in this world. The results. By recycling at least half of the e-waste, $206 billion will be saved. 2 tons of water, 48 pounds of chemicals, and 1,530 pounds of fossil fuel will also be saved. And more than 3,000 homes could have light for a year thanks of that energy. Before anyone asks, why this make you a global citizen? Well, by doing this action, doing this individual action, it will create a change in our society. You can teach everyone how to do this, and it will create a big impact on our society and even our environment. By making one decision, the future is going to change. In conclusion, by recycling your old electronics, you can help someone, or even the environment around you. This would make you a global citizen.
Hello everyone and good afternoon. My name is Gregorio and today I'm going to deliver a speech which topic is Global Citizens, how to be one and what is to be a global citizen. The meaning of, to begin with, the meaning is someone who knows and is aware of the situation of the world and wants to make a change by helping each other and other countries. and these people or persons is focused on on others instead of himself. One of its work is to find smart and active by introducing the knowledge in other people and trying to make them know and being aware of the situation our planet is going through. One of the things we have to take care of, what we have to take care of is that our futures depends on global citizens and our actions. Now I'm going to pass to give some examples about how to apport or do something. Making donations, helping to fight for puberty and to fight to get over some serious diseases. Just by doing things like that, you are apporting to fight to get over some serious things. And for example, you have to mobilize and try to join people to this movement because more people who join, more faster we are going to make the process of fighting for this. And yesterday, while I was watching a TED Talk to get more informed about the topic, I saw that the man who was deliberating the talk said that we have to speak to our leaders as the presidents or the ministers and tell them our situation and try to make them do something or report something. Some other things you have to be are creative, flexible, dedicated, and proactive. Way to become a global citizen is just more simple than you think, because by joining or reporting something to this, you will be helping to change the world and make it better. And now, to finish my speech, I'm going to talk about parochialism, which is one of the things we have to defeat. Parochialism is an unfavorable movement or cause we have to defeat because its ideals are very bad, because they try to isolate us or our countries from others. And one of the most influential global citizens was Lavinia James, who apported to the community the access to 150 children, most of them girls, by donations in pennies. And we have to imitate her because she's a very important person to this movement. Thank you everyone for listening. That was all for the speech.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Paz, and today I'm going to give a speech. A global citizen, defined by Oxfam Education, is someone who's aware of and understands the wider world and their place in it. They take an active role in their community and work with others to make our planet more equal, fair, and sustainable. In other words, they are people that want to help to make the world a better place, and they are conscious about the condition of the world, so they make actions that contribute to the community. An example of a global citizen is Lavinia James. She's one of the most influential global citizens in the world. One of the most important things she did was that with some donations she obtained, sent more than 100 kids to school. To be a global citizen, you have to be creative, flexible, dedicated, and proactive. Also, you have to be committed to build this community's values and practices. So you need to know how to solve problems, make decisions, have a critical thinking, how to communicate and collaborate. Some things that are easy to do but they contribute a lot are to donate, volunteer locally, or participate in organizations working to build a world community. One of the things the world and global citizens have to confront and fight for is parochialism. This is an unfavorable impediment for society whose ideal is that nations should isolate from one another, who wants to close the world instead of opening it. So we should use tools that reach more people, like social media, and inform others to participate in this campaign. To sum up, by being a global citizen, you are collaborating with the community to stop poorness and other difficulties our world has. Thank you for hearing my speech.
Well, thank you for listening. This is Quilmes High School, and I hope you have enjoyed the beautiful words that the students have to share with the world. So this is our 4th year in World Speech Day. We are very happy to participate and to share the ideas with the world. Thank you.